Coming up on Michigan Replay, it's a sad day for Michigan in South Bend as the Irish knock off the Wolverines. We'll have the highlights. We'll also meet a Saginaw native who's stepping up to a major role in his senior year. And we'll look ahead and scout San Diego State as the Wolverines get ready for the Aztecs next week. All that and more coming up next. Michigan Replay with Lloyd Carr is brought to you in part by Abso Pure Water, delivering quality bottled water since 1908. By Chevrolet. Stop by your Detroit area Chevy dealers or log on to DetroitAreaChevyDealers.com. And by State Farm, providing insurance and financial services. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Michigan Replay. Not a pleasant day today. On Saturday, the Wolverines lost a 28-20 game at Notre Dame to the Fighting Irish. And Lloyd, we were talking that you win the turnover battle and you win time of possession over the total part of the game. You win the third down conversions, but turnovers and giving them a short field spelled disaster.
Well, we lost the kicking game, and certainly in the fourth quarter, Jim, we made some monumental mistakes that were just, in the end, too much to overcome.
And the other thing that hurt was, unlike the Miami game the previous week, when you got the turnovers, you didn't turn them into 7 points, you only turned them into 3.
Well, you know, we certainly in that first half had opportunities, particularly at the end of the half, and had to settle for a field goal, and that would have made a big difference from a momentum standpoint.
Let's go to the highlights and take a look. You get a turnover right away. Marcus Curry makes a great play on man coverage.
Well, Jim, we had 4 turnovers in this game. This is the first of 3 interceptions that we created, and we start the game just like you'd like to on the road, creating a great field position for our offensive football team.
Then you go to the air here for a short first down conversion.
Well, we rolled, kept Chad on the run. He made a good throw outside. Braylon went down and caught it, and that gave us a little bit closer field position. And this kid had a great day kicking field goals.
Yeah, Garrett Rivas hits that one, gives you the 3-0 lead. And your defense is doing a great job against the run early. Later on, they slip, and Notre Dame gets to bleed some yardage.
Well, Lawrence Reed knifes through there for tackle for loss, and that subsequently leads to a stop and gives us the ball back here. Again, on the roll, Chad Henne makes a great, I don't know if it's a great throw, but certainly it's a great catch by Jason Avon.
And then Steve Breston does a great job of getting the first down, so you get out of the penalty hole. But again, you can't convert, and you have to go for the field goal to go up 6-7.
Well, Garrett knocks another one through. Great protection. We had some problems a week ago, and we certainly improved our field goal and extra point in this game.
Sometimes you were rushing 3 here, and they kind of hit someone in the zone, in the seams of the zone against you to get some yardage.
Well, Jim, we're a 2-deep team primarily, and if you're going to take away all the West Coast timing routes, 2-deep coverage, you need 5 or 6 underneath sometimes, and so we've tried to mix up the rush there. We get a great play from Leon Hall to knock a ball down, and again, get the football and play action. We give up 3 plays in this game, 2 over 40 yards, 1 over 25. We got away with this one because Marcus Curry makes a TD saving tackle there. We hold, and on 4th down, we get some great effort in here, a great goal line stand to keep Notre Dame out of the end zone. You got a host of guys, Roy Manning and Lamar Woodley, Prescott Burgess is in there, and Gabe Watson. Great goal line stand. We got a punt out of our own end zone, and Notre Dame's going to come up with great field position here. But again, our defense is going to stiffen.
This is where I thought your defense was really kind of turning the tide, because they got great field position, great play by Curry, interception there by Mundy, and you get the ball back.
Well, our defense gave us the ball back time after time in the first half, and here we put together our best drive of the half. Braylon goes up, takes the ball away, and we've got great field position and time now to use the clock and get the ball into the end zone. Here Chad makes a good throw to Tim Massaquoi. Tim gets us 1st and goal on the 7, but we can't, we lose a yard, 3 yards on 1st down, and then on 3rd down we had a miscommunication, didn't get to run the play we wanted to run, and had to settle for a field goal. And looking back on it, that was a big play.
At halftime, you're up 9-0. You really, for the most part, kept the crowd out of the game. Do you think things are going your way at this point on the road?
Well, what we need to do is continue to do a good job not giving up big plays. And but Jim, yeah, I'd say in the first half, with the exception of running the football, we did not do a good job again at running the football. David Underwood got hurt in the first series of the game, and that certainly did not help us. But we did not run the football with any type of success at all in the first half.
All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at the second half highlights. That's coming up next right here on Michigan Replay. Michigan led at halftime 9-0 against the Irish Notre Dame, and one of the things that hurt is that you got the ball, didn't do anything with that first drive, then they got the ball and they make one of their big plays, and that kind of got the crowd back in early in the second half.
Well, I think it's one of the 2 or 3 biggest plays of the game, Jim. They were 9-0, hard play action here, and there's too much time to throw. But we're in man-to-man coverage. Marcus gets turned around, isn't able to get back and play the football, and now in one play, the momentum changes in this game, and it really never got changed back, and that's one of the problems we had. It went back and forth, but we never could take the momentum offensively.
You couldn't take advantage of interceptions like that from Lawrence Reed. And again, you get a drive going, you kind of get down there close, but can't stick it in, and Garrett Rivas is forced to kick another kick, this from 47.
Well, Garrett had a great day, and certainly this was his best kick of the day from 47 yards out. And we answer a score with a score, and that was big, even though we got 3 and they got 7.
And here's another huge play. A muffed punt, but again, Steve Breston gets kicked by his own man.
Well, yes, we get turned around there in terms of where the football is. You've always, as a jammer, as a guy that's blocking, you've got to know where the returner is, and we lost sight of it. But our defense here comes up with a big play, and Lamar Woodley there forces him out of the pocket, and Scott McClintock has great coverage, and we come out of dropping the punt without a score against us.
And this one really hurt. Braylon probably should have had it a little high, but a tip ball interception, and they got great field position again.
Well, it certainly was one of those plays you'd like to have back. But here we blitz. We probably should have been up in a bump and run technique there. And then we get caught inside, and now for the first time, Notre Dame takes the lead early in the fourth quarter.
Talk about momentum. Their crowd's really back into it, and then this one is just kind of a backbreaker.
Well, it's hard to know exactly, but they had great penetration from the right side. I don't know what the timing was, but a big, big play, there's no question. Here again, we miss a tackle, and now it's 14 points in the space of 3 minutes there, Jim.
Yeah, and again, I think those missed tackles, a function of the defense being on the field a long time.
Well, it certainly doesn't help, but you got to be able to tackle, and here we come up with a caused fumble, but we don't get the bounce, and they get it right back.
But then you get the ball back, though. Here's the fumble caused, and
a lot of guys hustling around there, and finally Prescott Burgess, I think, comes up with the football, and we got plenty of time. There's no question about that. And then they come up with another play, a turnover. Jason gets stripped of the football. They got great field position and get it down inside the 10. And then we let the back out of the backfield. We're in man coverage, don't pick him up. and now it's 28-12, down by 16, and time is of essence here.
Right, but you still feel you got the shot to win it, and you get some plays here from Braylon and Henny, and you're moving the ball and make some things happen and make it close.
Well, there's certainly a team that continues to fight here, even though the odds are against us, but we do have time. We need a couple of 2-point conversions here if we're to get back to go into overtime. And then here, good protection. Chad makes a great throw. Steve Preston makes the catch, which we still got plenty of time here. And we go for 2. We roll Chad out on the corner. He hits Steve. Steve managed to get the ball over the pylon. And now we got to come up with an onside kick.
And with 2:27 left to go, again, momentum kind of in your way, but you need to get this ball back, because I think you probably tie it. But again, the kick, it's tough, those onside kicks.
Well, you've got to get the bounce, and we just don't come up with it. But Jim, you can't play like we did in the fourth quarter and beat a good football team.
Especially when you're on the road, and they got the momentum going like that. And it's the turnovers and the inability, I guess, to run the football and give the defense a little bit of a break, let them sit on the sideline, that maybe caused most of the problem.
Well, our defense couldn't come up with a big stop after we turned the ball over 3 times at the short end of the field in the fourth quarter, and you just can't not do that and hope to win. And then combined with the fact that we just couldn't run the football all day long.
And that was one of those things where you look at the game as it's going, and in the fourth quarter you had some poor field position, but from a standpoint of what the offense was capable of doing, was it a function of the field position, or are you trying to keep the offense not as complicated with a young quarterback?
Well, I think anytime you've got a freshman quarterback, there's things that we were doing a year ago that we haven't gotten to. And you do have to do some things that help him be successful, you know. And we're not trying to protect him. We're just trying to do things that he feels comfortable doing.
And that's why a running game, if it were there, would really help him in some regard and maybe open the offense up.
Well, there's no question. I mean, anytime you can't run the football, we threw the ball 45 times in that game. That's really more than we want to throw the football. And we ran at 30 and certainly gained less than 2 yards a carry. I can't remember the last time that happened to us. Yeah. And anytime you're running the football that ineffectively, the odds are against you.
You got to get that fixed. When we come back, we will meet Roy Manning of Saginaw. But first, we hear from Pierre Woods, who talks about an attitude after a loss is critical to a football team.
Can't be down, you know what I'm saying, even after a loss or whatever. Strong man, you got to stay enough, you know, and the defense, offense, the whole team, it's us together. So, you know, we all got to come back, bounce back from this week, look at the film tomorrow, whatever, leave that behind us, play next week.
Every collegiate athlete goes through ups and downs during a career. It's the guys who persevere through the tough times that make a great story. Well, meet Wolverine linebacker Roy Manning. A knee injury cost him the better part of 2 seasons, but this Saginaw native never felt sorry for himself. Instead, he fought through it and became better for it.
It was pretty tough. I remember waking up the first game I missed, and I turned on the TV, and the guys had just ran out and touched the banner, and I sat up there and got the tears and things like that, but I just fought through it, and I just used it as a stepping stool, you know, a learning lesson that, you know, you don't have to be out here and just want to take advantage.
During his time away from football, he actually helped out on the crew during tapings of the Michigan Replay show. That experience helped him stay close to football, but not close enough.
Yeah, I was ready to get out of there, get back there, out there with my football team, you know, coming in and taping the show and things like that. That was okay, but I'd rather be out there hitting people.
As a fifth-year senior, Manning is now a major player in a very stingy defense, but he's also a leader and mentor to his younger Saginaw buddies, Lamar Woodley and Jerome Jackson, who are pretty fair players in their own right.
I do everything for those guys. I feel like their dad. You know, I take them guys everywhere they want to go, and and feed them and things like that. And they're my little brothers, that's how I look at them. So we grew up together anyways. It didn't just start when we got here in Michigan. I've been knowing those guys since we were babies, so it's nothing new for me to just hang around those guys.
It's been quite a journey for Roy Manning. He's living his dream now, a dream he appreciates even more because of the tough times he's overcome to reach this point.
I just look back now and I'm like, wow, where I'm at right now, I feel like I'm a man, you know, and that's the big part of it. It's not so much football in school, it's just becoming a man here. And I've made just the best friendships, guys I'll be with for the rest of my life. I've made great ties with Michigan football and things like that. So it's been so much that has happened. And I just look back like, wow, it's all finally coming to an end. So I'm a little happy and a little sad at the same time about this last season. As a senior of this defense and a senior leader on this team, I want to just put it all together finally this last year and forget about the past and just end this career on the best note possible.
It's good to see a kid like Roy Manning survive all the difficulties and the troubles, and now in his senior year, his fifth-year senior year, he's getting an opportunity to really contribute.
Well, I think Roy Manning is one of those guys that has great character, and he loves Michigan. He's a very loyal teammate, and there's no question, Jim, that from a coaching standpoint, when a guy hangs in there, goes through all the ups and downs, and then is playing his best football as a fifth-year senior, you know something's been done right.
Yeah, and Roy Manning will continue to play that kind of football and take care of his buddies from Saginaw in the Saginaw Valley League. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll take a look at next week's opponent, San Diego State. They're good, folks, so make sure you come back and join us. That's coming up next on Michigan Replay.
Let it in. Did you feel that? Now that is the power of fuel.
The Wolverines return home next week, and they will be taking on San Diego State. During the break, you and I were talking, and San Diego State's for real. This isn't a team that you just got on the schedule to give you somebody to go out there and whip up on. They're like Fresno State. They're beating up people.
Jim, Troy State, you look around the country, and you know, it's an amazing thing, and there's lessons out there. Coming off this game, we're going to have our work cut out for us to respond to some adversity and to see what we're made of here.
San Diego State, the Aztecs as they're called, coached by Tom Kraft in his third year. This is a team with athletes. I mean, they got guys that can run.
Wait, Jim, 8th in the nation a year ago, led their defensively, total defense, led their conference in 3 categories in defense: total defense, scoring defense, pass defense. I mean, they really come after you.
That's quarterback, Kevin O'Connell. They got 2 quarterbacks who can play, and this is running back Michael Franklin. Take a look at that.
Well, 8.4 yards carry. I would say that's impressive.
I would say so too. And Jeff Webb, wide receiver here, actually born and raised in Pontiac, and then went out to California, and he's another one of their great athletes. But the key guy is this guy defensively, Kirk Morrison.
A great football player, a great football player. He's a finalist for all the major awards defensively, and a guy that really sets the tone for him at the linebacker position.
And Matt McCoy's their other big stud defender as an outside linebacker. And this is a team that is going to offer you quite a challenge, particularly coming off a game like Notre Dame on Saturday.
Well, Jim, they lost last year in Columbus 16-13, had a chance to win the game in late in the fourth quarter. So they've been in these big stadiums in the Midwest. They're coming here to Ann Arbor after going to Columbus last year, and there isn't any question that this is going to be a real test for our offense because of the blitzes and all the things that they come after you with on defense.
Now, and from your perspective, clearly the thing that has to get better, based on what we talked about during the Notre Dame highlights, somewhere, some way, you've got to figure out how to run football.
Well, we've got to run the football more effectively than we have. I think that would take some of the pressure off our passing game. We don't want to have to throw the ball 45 times a game here. We want some balance, and that way you can protect your defense and keep them off the field. Our defense played well enough to win, with the exception of a big play, but they were on the field too long. There's no question about that, and we've got to obviously do some things to get better in the kicking game.
And from the standpoint of the defense after the Notre Dame game, in where you want that group to improve, Game 1 was very good against Miami, but big plays against Notre Dame. Those are the things that you want to eliminate, and that maybe if there's one thing that's where you work on?
Well, there's no question that big plays, you can't have a great defense and give up big plays. But with that, I think if you take the entire game, the two-game series that we've had here in the first two games, our defense has played well enough to be successful. It's offensively and in the kicking game that we've got to make some real improvement. But defensively, we've got to prevent the big plays.
And the other question is, and I know it's a question that will be asked of you as the week goes on, Chad Henne, your freshman quarterback, is the competition for the job still open? Are you comfortable with how he handled Notre Dame?
Well, I think Chad Henne played very well. I think, you know, there's some things that he'll take out of it, but if you think about two games, one he opened here at Michigan Stadium, then he goes on the road into South Bend. I think what he did in the last 3 minutes of the game was impressive. I would like to play. I'm not sure what Matt's situation is going to be this week, but I would like to play Clayton Richards at least some in there so that he can get some experience. But we're just going to have to see. The thing we've got to do is find a way to win a game here.
Boy, that's the truth. When we come back next week, it'll be decided whether they won or not. Join us for that one when the Wolverines and San Diego State meet right here on Michigan Replay.
Michigan Replay has been brought to you in part by The Joy of Pepsi and by Big Boy Restaurants. Big Boy makes you say, oh boy.